Welcome to upstate New York, Syracuse University, and under the dome today we have a terrific clash in store. Syracuse will kick off and we'll be underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Louisiana Raging Cajuns offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turn on the tape this week, you saw him in so many different ways. He can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage. So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on 4th down in his own territory. The Orange offense will get its first chance now. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse. It's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual.
Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice game. Syracuse comes to the line on 1st and goal. To throw, it's Wallace. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger of throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Orange! Quick strike through the air for the score. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game.
And it's money time. It's 3rd and goal. You got the option. You can run the football, still be balanced, use the big fella, the tight end. I love it down here because he can act like he's blocking, slip out, and get open. And then he's got that big body. You just throw it to him, and he does the rest.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. 2nd down coming up. Power football with the run. And he's got enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground, he's got it again. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
And after a successful run like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Here on 3rd down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to run it. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
That's the danger as a defense when you blitz this guy on 3rd down. If you don't get him to the ground right away or someone's out of a gap, his scrambling ability can hurt you, and that's exactly what happened. He saw open field, he took off, and he was able to go get the 1st down.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things do.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares, problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Looking to throw on third. Snagged in the middle. It's Sullivan. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. And the Raging Cajuns come to the line with a new set of downs. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Sampson. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it inside the 10. Out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The toss sweep to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Raging Cajuns. The extra point here would tie the game. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown. Oh, Methuselah.
They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Use the play fake, down a throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And as a defense, you're happy with the incompletion. But, man, when you get to this guy, you want to hit him. But you got to get the quarterback on the ground. He does a great job extending the play. You gave him an opportunity to make a big play.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Fires to the tight end. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Syracuse will send out the punt team. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of that.
Got the first down. Looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Wants to go up top on first down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. That last completion is still leaving them with a 3rd down. Oh, they're after him. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. The Raging Cajuns will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Handoff from the gun. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Dropping back, it's Wallace. Unloads to the right. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds his man. It's Dean. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The Orange will have to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Makes the grab. It's Sampson.
And man coverage, where they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection. Nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
This is an offense that prides themselves on being physical, so you need 1 yard. Just hand it off to your back and let him go to work.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Makes a man miss.
And listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But, you know, get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. That's still a successful play.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that rate and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Despite failing earlier on fourth down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab past the marker. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. And the Raging Cajuns are moving quickly down the field. Under fire. He'll try to do it himself.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. Fourth and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Don't even think about sending the special teams out on fourth down and 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And some room to work. And he gives himself up, but not before he moves those sticks.
And this offense, they don't want a field goal. You can tell. They want a touchdown. They want points. Fourth down, going for it. And how about the QB, man? How about the boys? Dropping back to throw the football. Nah, it's not open. Nothing there I don't feel comfortable with. But he absolutely pulls the trigger, makes the decision, tucks it, and gets the big fourth down conversion.
It's complete on the right side. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Raging Cajuns will line it up on first and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. With jet sweep pass. Sweep cut there. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first with it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cajuns.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Back to pass, it's Wallace. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Find some fresh air. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Syracuse lines up on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Syracuse will be forced to punt. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Fires to the big fella. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The give to the tailback. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. And the Raging Cajuns come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get the first through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Sampson. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Now adjusting. On the run, fires downfield. Got his man on the right. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
So now it's 2nd and long. Making side adjustments here. Wants to keep it in the air. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
They were really starting to put a drive together. After a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. He got it! He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Raging Cajuns trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Motion from the wideout. Just going to keep it after the snap. We got a timeout here late in the first first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to...
Sneaks it in.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the extra point was good to finish things off.
Louisiana, 21. Syracuse, 7.
Fielded in the end zone, it's McLaurin. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. To the air, it's Wallace. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. They're working that left side. Trying to give them some room to work with. Stopped just short of the 20. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 19. 3rd down coming up after the completion. From the gun, wants to pass. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Got it near midfield. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Pocket breaking down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. And the Raging Cajuns have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Working that left side now. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Pressure coming. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
This defense needed something to happen to create some momentum back to their side. They built a deficit. QB's been very comfortable making plays. Exactly what you needed. Put some doubt in his head. Get to him. Hit him. Get physical. They get the sack on this play, and that's just what they need.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. He had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Tough to beat a good first half of football in a great town like Syracuse. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the dome in lovely central New York.
The Raging Cajuns will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one and put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special.
They get enough rush, and it pays off 20.
And this offense has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. They're already down 2 possessions. You know the pass has to come at some point, but they got to keep him clean. They can't.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Well, the defense knew coming into the second half here they were going to have to crank up the pass rush, right? They've got the lead. They're going to be seeing this quarterback drop back. How can you affect him? You've got to win up front one-on-one and get home, and they did there on 3rd down.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. Last time they had it, the long missed field goal ended the drive. The idea, get a little deeper in plus territory this time around. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down.
There he goes. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You've got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have got...
Touchdown, Louisiana! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 after the 20.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Looking to throw, it's Wallace. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He wants to change this route. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Grabbed in the middle, it's Sullivan. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You run the slant route day one. I mean, this is something that the quarterback and the wide receiver has done 100 million times out there on the field in the offseason. I see man-to-man coverage. I know I can run the slant. Boom, stick my foot in the ground, throw it, completion to my wide receiver.
Oh, you know, that's one as a quarterback. You throw the completion and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the 1st down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the 1st. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. So the final period starts with a second down play. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Motion from the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Leaves it with the back. And he waltzes in for the score. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking for room. It's Cuse. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. Second and 7.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And the Raging Cajuns come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Not. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Pulls and fires complete to the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. The Raging Cajuns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Here comes the heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Finds his big tight end. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch it.
Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Out